Hi everyone. All right, so yesterday I decided to do some practice piping. Okay, so here we go. And this is a 104 tip, and I have flattened it out. And I did a video about that, which I will link to at the end of this one. But it does give you kind of a different look because it's thinner. Now see here where the icing split, that means that there's something caught in the tip of the piping tip. So I took a tapestry needle and I'll show you, I'll do a different video about that, but that's how I clean out the tips. You just kind of shove a tapestry needle up the tip and kind of gouge out anything that's in there. And that's the easiest way to do it. Now, as you see, this is not perfect. Okay, it's okay. Number one, I'm standing over to the right of the camera and I'm doing this sideways because I'm trying to do it in front of the camera, which is difficult because I'm not right in front of the cake. And when I do more of these, I'm going to do more piping videos, but I'll stand in the right place and you're just going to have to wait to see it as it turns around. But when you're doing this kind of cake with a lot of buttercream, it is not 100% necessary that everything is perfect. You can always pipe over something. You can add flowers to it. It's just, there's so much icing on these cakes, and you can just make it as fancy as you want and cover up things that you messed up the first time. Now, as I'm going around here, this is the number, I want to say this is the number 23 piping tip. And the first one was the 104, like I said, but I had flattened it out. This one is not flattened out, obviously. And see, as you come around to the end where you meet up the two icings, sometimes you just have to kind of fit things in. And then I decided, oh, I'll just go ahead and put a bottom border on it. Why not? And I ran out of icing, so whatever. It's just a practice cake. But this is the kind of thing. This is actually a dummy. This is a dummy cake, and you're gonna be seeing this cake a lot. I'm gonna be practicing on it because I like piping. It's kind of fun. But see, I went back and I'm just like squeezing out the very last bits of the purple icing. Make sure that you have enough icing before you start so you don't have to stop because it will, if you have to go back and mix more, it's going to be really hard to match the colors, especially. And I'm just randomly doing colors that I have that are available that are in the bags that I'm using. All right, so this I think is a number 16 tip. I want to say this is a 16. And at first I was going to do kind of like mimic the border, and then I decided to do this instead. And you can see that my hand is really shaky, and it's because I'm holding it, like I said, I'm standing kind of sideways and piping this sideways. If I was piping this straight on, I would probably have my right hand on the bag, but if I did that, it would block the camera. So I had to do this, without the right hand or the left hand. My right hand is squeezing the bag. But the left hand is really important to steady the bag as you're piping. It's okay in this situation because, like I said, practice cake, not a big deal. And it also gives it kind of a little wiggly effect. And you can always tell people you meant to do that. So if you have shaky hands, that's fine. Now, for this, I decided to go in and just add that border to cover up the bottom where the pink strands that are coming over the top didn't reach all the way down. And it just adds an extra inner border. This kind of cake, this kind of thing is becoming more popular again. This is straight out of the 1965 Wilton piping book. It's like they do an annual every year. I actually have, I think the one that I have is from 1966, and I went to that to look for ideas. So this is not new, but it's pretty easy to do, and like I said, you can cover up mistakes. So this is the end result cake, but I still had some flowers. All right, so I made some flowers to go on it. And I'm going to leave this on here because it was actually kind of funny. I piped the flowers on a dowel. I am terrible at piping flowers on a nail. They always get too flat. So then I put them on a cookie sheet and I stuck them in the freezer to solidify because you're going to be moving flowers around. They're going to get all stretched out. I use this. Usually I put them on wax paper, but I decided to try these little pincher scissors. I don't like them. I'm going to try to learn how to use them. I think that the ones that I have are Wilton and they're very flimsy, so that might be part of the problem. Now watch when I put this flower on. I think I just tip it over, but yeah, it just kind of went completely sideways. But it was in the freezer, so it gives you a little bit of leeway. So I would suggest that when you pipe the flowers, pipe them, put them on a cookie sheet, stick them in the fridge or the freezer until they're good and hard. These had only been in there for like 10 minutes. And then I just added some leaves to it. And you could do this with green. I didn't want to go and make another color bag because I hate dealing with colored icing. And there you go. So that's the final cake. And it's crooked, it's wonky, whatever. It's fun to practice and it's a dummy so you can use it over again without any problems whatsoever. And see, it actually looks kind of pretty.